Good evening. So I have been saying for a little while I'm going to start making my own products. So I thought I'd share. It's really quick and simple tonight. A lot of people actually suffer with getting to sleep. Maybe restless leg syndrome, maybe the kids struggle to get off to sleep. So basically I'm just going to show you really quickly how to make a bath oil that can be used for adults and children. And it's literally so simple. To be honest, I'm probably not even going to make it because it's that quick and easy. I'm just going to show you and tell you what you need. I'm going to make a really quick video on this as well, so that you can come back to it if you need it. But I know that we've had massive problems in the past with kids sleeping or not sleeping. So if you or anyone you know struggle to get to sleep and you're really restless in the evenings and need to find a way to relax, then feel free to share the video. Pop a 1 below if you're watching live and a 2 if you are watching on replay. Hey Leah, hey Barbara. So I couldn't believe I was looking up recipes because, do you know what I thought? Do you know, making your own products is going to be so time consuming, it's going to be really tricky, but I made that scrub a few weeks ago, and I popped it, actually left it lying around because I had some other scrub to use up, and I just put it in the shower in one of those massive jars that I used, and it's so quick and easy to make when you're working with natural products because you're not putting loads of nasties into it. You know that you're only putting good stuff on your skin, and also where there's children involved, you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing as well, especially with essential oils. Hey Nicola. So I looked up this recipe and I was all set to come on and make the recipe, and I was like, oh, is that it? So it is going to be a really quick live. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about the particular products that I'm using. So I'll give you the recipe first. Basically, this oil, don't use this during the day unless you want to be falling asleep. Hey Tam. Yeah, don't use this oil during the day unless you want to be feeling a bit sleepy. The oils that I'm going to use are particularly aimed at a restful night's sleep, relaxation, winding down, feelings of just serenity basically. But you can also change this bath oil out for anything you want. So you can, if you want to change it up and you want something energizing, or you want something to help with your mood, or you're feeling a bit grumpy, or you're feeling a bit down, then you can change the oil up that you put into this bath oil and make anything you want out of it. So I'm just going to do one for sleep tonight. But just bear in mind, just change the essential oil out and it can be anything you want. So the recipe, wait for it, is literally 4 ounces of fractionated coconut oil, okay, and 15 drops of your chosen essential oil. That is it. Hey presto. It was a really nice and easy one for me to start with, wasn't it, making my own products. So I'm not going to make it because I got right, this is Shelley's logic. I got these little bottles and I was going to make a sleep spray, but I didn't get everything I needed. Shelley's organisation. So I thought, oh, do you know what, I'll make the bath oil in that, it'd be really nice. But then I read that you need 4 ounces of oil, and that little bottle that I've got of fractionated coconut oil is 3.8 fluid ounces. So actually I can just make it in that. So I'm not going to need that. And so yeah, you can make it in whatever you want, but bear in mind that some essential oils, if you're putting it into a plastic bottle, that it is gonna start to erode the plastic, so then that's gonna go into the oil you're making. So wherever possible, use a glass container or metal when you're making up like blends like this. So all you're going to do is pop 15 drops of your chosen oil, chosen essential oil into 4 ounces of fractionated coconut oil, and then you can use a tablespoon into the bath. So regardless of whether it's adults or children, a tablespoon will be completely safe checked with my mum because I didn't want to give you wrong information. So a tablespoon is going to be completely safe for adults and kids. So you can get, you can get oils from a lot of places, but what you need to make sure of is that a lot of us think that, oh, just slap the baby oil on the kids and slap baby oil here, baby oil there. Like, we always used to be a fan of talc and baby oil, didn't we? Well, we did in the 80s when I was growing up. And actually, baby oil is so bad for your skin. It's derived from petroleum, and it is literally like wrapping your skin in cling film. So what that's going to do in turn is your skin needs to breathe to be able to detox, and if it can't breathe, then it's not going to detox. You're going to end up with clogged pores, you're going to end up with blackheads, you're going to end up with congestion, you're going to have oil sat under the skin that you don't want there. So basically that is what baby oil is going to do to your skin, and that is not what you're looking for. So with fractionated coconut oil, the reason that it's okay to use, it's very, very different, is because it has basically it's a form of oil that's had a long chain of all the fatty acids removed, basically. So you're left with a really, really light oil, which is going to absorb into the skin. It's not going to clog the pores, it's not going to leave you feeling really, really greasy, but it's going to give you an amazing hydration of the skin, and you are so much better off putting in your essential oils into your coconut oil before you put it in the bath. You can actually put it in the coconut oil and then rub it all over you, but might not be very easy with a baby if they're really slippery and stuff. But you are much better off putting it in the coconut oil before you put it in the bath, because the coconut oil repels water, so it holds onto the oil. Whereas if you put the oil in the bath, it tends to be absorbed by the water. So that's why it's always really important, as much as you think, oh, just chuck a couple of drops of essential oil in, like when you've got it pre-blended with a coconut oil, you're going to get so much more benefit from it by having it blended in a coconut oil. So if you want to, if you're looking for a really good quality fractionated coconut oil, you can get that from me. Just pop me a message. Do you know what? It's so reasonable. I've been using it as a moisturiser because I get really dry skin. I actually don't get that dry skin, it's just because I'm crap and I don't ever moisturise, but that it's so easy to use and you don't need a lot of it. And that I've got 2 of those 4-ounce bottles knocking around the house somewhere, so you can see just compared to my palm what good size they are. They're not that massive, but they've lasted me a while already, so they're really, really, really good value for money. So if you want any information on that, then feel free to pop me a message. I can help you out with that. And then the blend that I'm using in the coconut oil for the restful sleep, you can use your common ones like lavender, that's really gentle, really good for sleep, but I'm actually using a blend. And pop me a message if you want to get hold of that. But the blend that I'm using, this little one here, it's a restful blend. So instead of just having the lavender in, it's got other benefits as well. So you have got lavender, cedarwood, hoewood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vanilla extract, Hawaiian sandalwood, and Vevita, never heard of that one. So when a blend's put together, they're pre-blended for a reason, because they are all the right quantities that are basically going to work together instead of against each other. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to blend your own oils and be having something that is going to put you to sleep and then something that's going to keep you awake. So this blend is derived to specifically be restful. So if you want any information on that, feel free to pop me a message. And also, while we're on the topic of sleeping, I can't find it. Oh, I think I saw it in there. We also do a Serenity capsule, which is a restful capsule. So it is can be taken internally. Now the oil, don't take internally, that's for the bath. I actually put just one drop on my hand at night and just inhale it in. You can put a drop on your pillow, you can pop a couple of drops on your feet. That's really good as well. So if you if you struggle with sleeping, or the kids struggle with sleeping, once they've had a bath, you can actually put this oil on their feet as well. If you use it neat, then it's absorbed into the body. But if you use it with a carrier oil, it's going to be a bit more, it's going to be more localized. But I would always use a carrier oil, like the coconut oil, with a child, whether you're putting it on the feet or not. Personally, that's just my, you know, I know some people choose not to, but I would, because so you can use it in the bath, and then you can also pop a drop on their feet, or you can diffuse it in the room as well, which is really, really lovely. So you could have that going, you know, while they're in the bath. So this little bottle of oil, it's 15 ml, and I think, don't quote me, I'm sure I heard somebody say you get about 120 drops out of that. And I've got these little miniature, go into my little bag down here. I've got these little miniature oil bottles, and they are so cute. Like, look at the size difference. That's my little miniature ones, and that's the bigger one. So there's about 12 drops in there, and that's not even half full. So I'm sure that someone told me that was about 120 drops. So when you think about that, like 1 drop on each sole of the foot at night, 1 drop in the, you know, 15 drops in your whole bottle of that, and then you're only going to use a teaspoon, or a couple of drops in a diffuser, that bottle of oil is going to last you such a long time. So it's a really, really good investment. And also then we've got the sleep capsules, which can be taken internally. So you just take 1 to 2 capsules just before you go to sleep, and that is also going to aid sleep as well. They are not for children, so it's just the oil for the children. But if you're an adult and you struggle with sleeping, these have been brilliant. I've been using these over the last week or so. I don't massively struggle with going to sleep if I've got a lot on my mind and I'm a bit stressed out, or some nights you just can't switch off. Then they've been really good for those nights. So it's not something that I'd use every night, because I don't struggle most nights. But the nights that I do, I've taken a couple of those, and they have worked really, really well. So yeah, that's it really. It's so simple to make a bath oil. I actually didn't realise how simple it was. So yeah, if you do have kids that struggle with sleep, try it out, because you will be surprised how much more chilled they are, and with some wind down time with the oil before bed. Whether you want to diffuse it, put it on their feet, or put it in the bath. You know, there's so many different ways you can use it. So that's it, guys. Any questions, or any symptoms, or anything that you'd really like to hear about, whether there's something that can help you for solution wise, pop a comment below. Yeah, just if you want any information on the products, then also pop me a message, and I will speak to you soon.